Hey guys, how's it going? So, in the last week or so, we've discovered that the next expansion is going to be World of Warcraft Dragonflight, possibly. This came from Blizzard's official site. Someone did some hackery and they wound up getting information about the next expansion. We also got some pictures showing Alex Straza in front of her dragon form, looking really cool in that battle armor. So, more than likely, we are looking at World of Warcraft Dragonflight as the next expansion. And I want to take a moment here to talk about what I think is going to be one of the features of the next expansion. That's going to be a new class. I don't think we're going to get a new race because we still have 10 races from Battle for Azeroth that people still haven't gotten yet in a lot of cases. I think what's going to happen with that is Blizzard's going to reduce more of the requirements, maybe just make it like a level requirement for you to open up a lot of those races. And so you already got 10 races sitting there. A lot of people haven't collected yet. So I don't think we're going to get a new race. I think we're getting a brand new class. And my two top choices for the new class is going to be either Dragonsworn, where you are a dragon, or the Tinker class. And people are probably already going like, oh, no, not the Tinker. Yeah, guys, the Tinker is still a strong contender for WoW's next class. And let me go over both of them real quick here. First and foremost, Dragonsworn, where you're a dragon. In Heroes of the Storm, there were three characters. There was Chromie, Alex Straza, and Deathwing. And those three characters actually filled three different specs. Alex Straza was a healing spec. Chromie was a range DPS, range spec. And Deathwing was a bruiser, tanky spec. Tank spec. I think I might have gotten that wrong, but yeah, a tank spec. And they were very original characters, have very original abilities. Played a lot like Warlock Demonology from Warlords of Draenor. A lot of fun to play as. Chromie had some sand abilities where she was shooting around sand and had some time manipulation powers that were different from like what we see in Mage. Alex Straza was healing using fire and turning into a dragon queen and flying around. Really cool stuff, guys. And I think with that, Blizzard can easily translate that into a new class. And with those three specs, you have things that a lot of players want. Players want a new healing spec. A spec where you're healing with fire and turning into a dragon is a very original concept, something very new that we don't currently have in the healing classes. A ranged DPS spec where you're turning into sand or you're shooting sand out and slowing folks down or creating like sand vortexes and, turning into a bronze dragon and breathing sand at people and all that. Again, a very unique concept. So I think this class has a lot of potential, and obviously also being a male class because, dragon scales, it's got to be male. And as a person who has two max level hunters and shaman, I could really appreciate a new male class coming into the game because the male options for transmog is pretty limited. So I would very much welcome a new dragon class coming in with male armor, looking cool, doing cool stuff. And one of my favorite characters is Wrathion. So me being able to play as someone similar to Wrathion or Alex Straza or Chromie would be a lot of fun. And I think it'd be a layup for Blizzard because the mechanics are already in place. If you played Heroes of Storm, you can play it right now and you can see what I'm talking about. The mechanics are unique. They're a lot of fun. And you might say, well, it's a MOBA, so how can it translate into Warcraft? A lot of Warcraft classes, in fact, all the Warcraft classes have roots in the RTS game that uses abilities similar to MOBAs. In fact, MOBAs come from RTS games. So translating a MOBA ability into World of Warcraft is not a huge challenge. So, if you guys want to get a test run of this class now, or this possible class, load up Heroes of the Storm, play Alex Straza, play Chromie, play Deathwing. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I think this class has a lot of potential. It makes sense. It matches, the overall theme of the expansion. I really wouldn't see why Blizzard wouldn't go this route. The other option, if Blizzard decides not to go this route, would be the Tinker. And this one's a bit controversial because a lot of people, for whatever reason, do not like the Tinker class idea. I really don't understand why. I always thought it was a really cool concept. Goblins and gnomes using technology to fight with because they're really small. I'm a big anime fan, so I love mechs. And I actually like Blizzard's overall mech designs. They're a lot of fun. So I really don't understand all the hatred for this class concept, but the Tinker class is always out there as a possibility. And Blizzard actually made a joke about this during the April Fool's gags they do, their annual April Fool gag, where they talk about the Tinker Leaker, where, every expansion during league season, someone brings the Tinker as a possible class. And people are using that April Fool's gag as like, oh, well, obviously now there's no way a Tinker would be in the game because Blizzard just joked about it. Well, guys, here's the deal. The Tinker was originally an April Fool's joke back in 2004. That's how it came into Warcraft, as an April Fool's joke. 3 weeks later, it became an actual Warcraft 3 hero. In addition, Pandaria was also an April Fool's joke. And they made an entire expansion based on that joke. So just because something is an April Fool's joke does not mean that it cannot become World of Warcraft content. In fact, there might be an argument to be made saying that since it was an April Fool's joke, it actually has a higher chance of bringing World of Warcraft content. So the Tinker is still a contender. And what can the Tinker bring to the table? Same thing as the possible Dragon class. Range DPS with bombs, lasers, all that stuff. A tank spec where, you're inside a mech suit, which would be very cool. Zipping around the battlefield and booster rockets, shooting people, all that really cool stuff. And a healing class based on alchemy and, shooting healing lasers and shields and having robots heal people. Again, a really cool concept, a lot of fun. I don't understand the hate for this, but whatever. The big challenge for this, though, would be how does it fit in the Dragon expansion? Now, if you watch my other videos, I've talked about this before. And there's two major things that lead me to believe that this is a high possibility. First off, there is a long-standing history of goblins working with black dragons. Just a long-standing history. A goblin helped make the dragon soul. Goblins helped make Deathwing's original armor. Wrathion is a black dragon. If you look at Battle for Azeroth lore, Wrathion is searching for the Dragon Isles. Dragons aren't helping him. So where would a black dragon turn for assistance? Goblins. And not Gazlo, because Gazlo's with the Horde. Where would he go? Wrathion will go to Undermine, a huge neutral hub of goblins full of trade princes who are willing to sell their mothers for $1. And Wrathion's a very wealthy dragon. So if Wrathion's looking for information on how to get to Dragon Isles, he might go see the goblins. And now we have Undermine as a potential location for the next expansion. Now people might say, well, wait a minute. Wouldn't Dragon Isles be logical? Yes, it would. But if you notice, the expansion is called Dragonflight, not World of Warcraft Dragon Isles. So there is potential there that Undermine is a major hub or location for this expansion. And towards the end of the expansion, we find the Dragon Isles. Just like in Legion, where we started with Broken Isles and we ended up in Argus. The Dragon Isles could be a 3-zone location that we get to in 10.3 or 10.4. And if Undermine's in play, guess what? Tinkers are now in play. So that is definitely a possibility. And also, there was the big clue, in my view, a big clue. We had 2 mech dragons coming out of Battle for Azeroth and 9.1 of Shadowlands. The Steam Scale Incinerator and the Timeless Mechanical Dragonling. 2 mechanical dragons that came out of nowhere that tie technology to dragons. And in my opinion, I think that's a big clue that Blizzard is willing to combine the themes of technology and dragons. So, to go over this again, in my opinion, the 2 possible classes coming up next is going to be a Dragon Swarm where you play as a dragon, or the Tinker class. And we have about 10 days before the expansion is officially announced, and we're going to see what happens. And guys, I might be totally wrong about this. Some of you probably saying, you are wrong about this, and that's completely fine. We're going to find out. This is all for fun. No one's feelings are going to get hurt. We're just having a good time here, so relax. We're going to see what happens on the 19th. And if I'm wrong, I'll come out and say, hey, guys, I was wrong. This is what the next expansion is going to be about. But I really think Blizzard is going to go ahead and bring out some new classes for us. Sorry, a new class for us, because it's been 6 years since we got Demon Hunters, and it's definitely time, definitely overdue. So let me know what you think in the comments section, guys, and I will see you in 10 days for the big announcement. Take care. Bye.